Hi everybody, I'm Sid.
I'm Mackie.
And welcome back to our channel.
We have very exciting news.
Which a lot of you might have already noticed. But we hit 10,000 subscribers.
Which is a big deal for us.
Crazy.
We are so stoked.
That's super crazy, and we just want to give a huge shout out to all of you guys, everyone who's watched the video and subscribed and
left comments
and just like been a part of this whole adventure. It's been really cool, and
really
I appreciate all of you guys. You're all awesome.
Yeah, thank you guys, really. Yeah. We also, around that same time, hit our Patreon goal of that we're gonna do bonus videos every month. So we're gonna do that first video in the next couple of weeks. We just had a poll on Patreon and people voted on it. So that's also really exciting. So a huge thanks to our Patreon team members who made that happen.
Yeah, and we're really excited to like get input from you guys on Patreon to like what the next video is gonna be. And so if you want a part of that, head over to Patreon. If not, it's cool.
Yep. And if you haven't subscribed, you should, because 10,000 other people did. And you can be part of the first 100,000.
Anyway, we wanted to update you guys. Our channel has taken off recently, so we've made some big equipment upgrades and wanted to talk about all that today. And because we've gotten a lot of questions about gimbals and video setup, so this is very much a like work in progress. What we're talking about today.
Yeah, we're still learning things.
We're learning things. We're experimenting. We're trying to figure out like what makes sense for our channel, because what makes sense for other channels, for other big mountain bike YouTubers, might not make sense for us, because everybody's channel is a little different, and that's why it's awesome.
So the first thing is the camera that I'm currently holding. So we will grab a different camera and record this camera so that you guys can see it, but it's the Sony a6000.
This is a camera we've had for a while.
Yeah.
It's not really like a vlogging camera, you know, it's more of a photo camera, but it has been really good for like, I think we were able to like pick up our vlog game a lot by using this instead of doing everything on the GoPro.
Yes, which brings us to the GoPro.
We are still working. We have 2 Session 5s. These are, oh, it's gonna be backlit.
Yeah, you're backlit. There we go.
These are awesome little cameras. I think we got them initially for doing race footage, because when we go to a race, we'll often record our practice runs so we can watch it later or be like, oh, you remember that turn, and then like find it. And this is like the perfect camera for that, because it's small and like pretty indestructible. Believe us, we have tried.
Yeah.
And we've
They're
just
also waterproof, which is really cool.
Yeah, they're waterproof. Like
they're smash proof.
Smash proof.
Smash proof.
Shout out to Seth.
Yeah, dang it, Seth.
We've just had these mounted on a helmet, and a lot of you have noted that, you know, we haven't used a gimbal on this channel really at all until like 2 weeks ago, and the footage is still quote unquote relatively smooth. That's because this camera has really good internal stabilization, and because we put it on our heads. And
heads are basically gimbals, because if your head didn't have nice gimbal abilities, your brain would bounce around a lot.
So the system worked really well, like when you're riding, because you're naturally using your head.
Yeah, you're looking where you're going.
You know, and you're not like, well, hopefully you're not like, ooh, corner, like that, you know, like that's not good. However, it's not a very good setup when you're like looking off to something on the side of the trail, or like when you're climbing, because when you're climbing, you're like looking at your front tire. I am, at least.
Sometimes.
I can do that. Or like looking around or whatever, and that's why it's not so good.
And also because we keep getting questions about it, this little thing on there, it is not a dead bird. That is a micro wind jammer is what they're called. We'll put a link to it because people have asked.
Very handy, especially for the sessions, because they do get a lot of wind
a lot of wind noise. So we just cut them up and sort of put them on there, and it seems to help a lot.
Cool. Next.
Right. Should we talk about the gimbal?
Yeah, so our first upgrade is that we got a gimbal. We got the Evo SS Gimbal, which is basically the one that everyone on YouTube uses. To be honest, I would say we don't love it.
Yeah, and it's not because it's not a good gimbal.
It's probably the best gimbal that there is. It's just gimbals are, turns out, which we knew going into this, pretty annoying. I'm sure we'll still use it for select things.
Oh yeah, for sure.
However, like pretty much like the first ride that Mackie had it on, he's like, whacking it off, like getting set up for a jump, and like we're like, this is never gonna work for our race footage, and we don't really want to go like have, you know, beautiful stabilized footage for all of our like just riding vlogs, and then like, you know, have very different footage for the race vlog. So we're still trying to figure out what makes sense for that. We are really excited. We just got the Rylo cam. We'll show you.
Let you show that off.
It comes with a little sack.
Protective bag. Dum dum dum.
Oh, that's the front. Anyway, so this is a 360-degree camera. This thing's crazy.
It's really
what it can
cool.
do. It's really, really cool. And this is like, I think for us, like totally the future of like doing race footage. And I don't know if we would end up like losing the gimbal entirely. For the moment, the gimbal is here to stay.
Yeah.
Because we have one of these and we have one gimbal.
One gimbal, one Rylo.
But I think this really is the future of...
Here, let's turn it on and we'll record a little clip, and then we'll just show you guys like what you can do with this thing. So turning on, 360, record. So we're literally just gonna hold it here.
Actually, I'm gonna do... Anyway, we attached one of these to Macky's handlebars with like a stick, which you might have seen in our last vlog, video. And it's doing this. Like it's literally on the handlebars doing this.
It's like bouncing
Wasn't
around.
a very good attachment.
No.
And the footage was fine.
Yeah, it was
which
amazing.
Is insane.
Totally insane.
There are some things we need to work out. We need to figure out like getting a case for this because it is not smash proof.
Yeah.
Not there yet.
And we really don't want to immediately break it on our first race.
So that's what we're figuring out. They're working on some stuff with the audio to make, because you can't put a micro windjammer on this because there's nowhere on this camera that it doesn't
see.
record because it sees everything. So that for doing good audio is something that we're gonna have to figure out.
Yeah.
However, the footage quality is amazing.
Really cool.
It has a 180 mode, so you don't have to film with both sides.
Yeah, which will be cool for chest mounted stuff. I think
yeah, for chest mounted, if we'll do chest mounted, or even if we do it in a race and we don't say need a 360-degree file for every race stage, because that's a lot of.
It's a lot of. It's like
stuff.
a gigabyte per minute.
However, the really cool thing about this, especially for vlogging, is like sometimes you're filming something with your GoPro, and even with like 160 degree or whatever the GoPro is, like something cool happens over here and you like pan over here, but you miss it.
Yeah.
This thing is like recording everywhere at once, which is insane to think about.
This is totally insane.
So mind kind of blown on this. We are pretty stoked to try it out. So you're definitely gonna see some footage from the Rylo in our next race vlog. Like we said, we only have one of them, so it'll be probably some head-mounted footage and some
probably
Rylo.
head-mounted because I don't like things on my chest.
You can't
while I'm
race
racing.
with a gimbal.
Yeah, you definitely can't
I
race
said
with
that
a
from the
gimbal.
beginning. It's like too much futzing around and like too distracting. But this, however,
quite
you
possible.
could totally race with mounted on your head or on the chest.
Maybe. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll be experimenting.
Anyway, so that's where we're at right now with video gear. So that was just like a little update.
The other exciting thing is that we did a live stream with Brian and Seth, and we used all the money from the super chats, which thank you to everybody who did that. That
who
was
gave a super
really
chat, you guys
huge.
are heroes.
Yes, total heroes.
And we put that money to work and upgraded our computer.
Yay! New computer from Macky.
Sunglasses.
With my glasses. So it's the HP SPECTRE 360. It's a 15-inch screen. Whoa, that's a glare. There we go.
Computer.
But it's a really nice computer. I'm really stoked on it. I changed some settings for my export settings, but was able to export a 20-minute video this morning in 9 minutes.
So this is why, if you watched the live stream, you know this already, but we had no idea how fast new computers can export things until we hung out with Seth and Brian, and we were like, how long does it take to, how long does it take to export your videos? And they're like, oh, like, I don't know, like
6 or 7 minutes.
And we're like, it's been taking us 5 to 12 hours to export some of our videos. So it was obviously time for an upgrade. So
it needed to happen.
Really appreciate all the help on that, and hopefully it will help us get some more videos out there. So yeah, feel free to put your questions about our gear. We're not really gear heads though, so like we might not
We'll
be
do
able
our
to
best to
answer,
answer, but yeah.
ask away.
Ask away. If you haven't subscribed, you should join the 10,000 other people. Wow, that's crazy to say.
It's really crazy.
And if you like Patreon, you should definitely go check out our Patreon. We are now working towards our goal of doing a live stream every month because that's hard for us.
For us, doing a live stream means we're going to have to really sort out, or doing a regular live stream means we're going to have to sort out our internet situation.
Yeah, we have to like find a place with good 4G or good internet and do it. So
or get
like
some sort of booster thing. We haven't even started looking at it. We're not there yet.
We're not nearly there. But if you want that to happen, you can go join us on Patreon. And yeah, until then, thank you guys. Check back on Monday. Yeah. We have another fun video coming. We happen to be riding with Seth and Brian in it, so it's going to be a good one.
You've probably already seen Brian's version of it.
That's true, yeah.
Anyway, thanks for tuning in, and be more awesome.